Another race day shoe has entered the chat for 2025 going into 2026. The Saucony Endorphin Pro 5 is here. We are so excited to bring this one to you. It does have some key differences and changes, but it still has that incredible underfoot feel and reliability that you know from the Endorphin Pro 1 all the way up to the 4. So let's dive in and figure out what they've done to upgrade and update this shoe from the 4th model to the 5th model and see what it's all about. So let's run through a few quick tech specs about this shoe. It comes in at 6.3 ounces or 178 grams for the women's model and 7.3 ounces or 206 grams for the men's model. And that is slightly lighter than the Pro 4. And what you're mainly going to want to use the Pro 5 for is on the roads for race day when you're trying to chase that PR or personal best. And the price of this shoe comes in at $225. While so many super shoes and running shoes are going up in price, this one actually went down in price from $240 to $225. So what's new about this shoe? Well, there's 3 really big differences about this shoe from the 4th version to the 5th version. And the first one being is that it got a new carbon fiber plate. The second one being that there were some slight tweaks and updates to the upper, and there is a new outsole. So let's talk a little bit about that upper. The upper is a booty constructed upper, and the tongue is laced in nicely with the rest of the shoe. And I gotta say, it's maybe one of my favorite lockdown fits of this year. And something that I really love about the Endorphin Pro 4 and even this 5th model here is that sock-like fit on foot. It has a nice and stretchy tongue. The upper is nice and breathable. There are minimal overlays running through the shoe, so you get that nice fast and like race-like feel on foot when you're lacing this one up. It just feels really nice and locked in. Something else that I really enjoy about a race day shoe is that minimal padding around the heel collar, but still allowing for a nice lockdown. And this might be a bit of a smaller improvement, but one that I think makes a big difference on race day or just ease of use overall. And it's that they've changed the pull tab in the tongue from that little flap that there was about a year ago, and now you can actually hook your finger under the new pull tab that is much stretchier, and you can just lace that shoe up a little bit easier and just dial in that perfect fit for the tongue. But overall, myself and the rest of the Fleet Feet review team did not have any issues with this upper fit, and we felt that it locked down nicely on foot. But if you're curious whether this shoe or another shoe from Saucony is gonna fit best for you, the best thing that you can do is actually walk into your local Fleet Feet store and try this shoe on or another super shoe or race day shoe on for yourself. Let's move on to the midsole. And the midsole of this shoe can be broken down into 3 parts. It has 2 foams and a carbon fiber plate in it. The top layer of foam consists of Power Run HG, which is the lighter and bouncier of the 2 foams. And then below that on the bottom layer or the base layer foam here is Power Run PB, which is a more balanced but slightly firmer ride, and it still provides that nice stability and it doesn't compromise on that speed or performance. Though sandwiched in between those 2 foams, like I mentioned, is a new enhanced carbon fiber plate that is more aggressive than the previous version. And overall, with all of those pieces and components in the midsole, it just made for a faster and smoother, but a bit of a bouncier ride too. So with all of these components in the shoe all tooled together, and with that carbon fiber plate being a bit more aggressive, this shoe is a nice and firm and snappy and bouncy running shoe that is just going to be great for race day. And something that I actually really enjoy about midsoles that have more components than say just one slab of foam is that it feels a little bit more dynamic on foot. And what I mean by that is the way that you can pick up the pace, you can run faster, you can run slower, the versatility involved in knowing that you have a variety of different foam types in this shoe and the carbon fiber plate really allows you to customize your running experience and just have a really different flow than just a normal daily trainer might provide. And the drop of this shoe comes in at 8 millimeters with 39.5 in the heel and 31.5 in the forefoot, which is similar to the previous model. And the outsole is new this year. They've moved away from that lattice design, and Saucony has implemented their new Power Track rubber outsole, which is more durable and provides better grip than the previous version. Though I gotta say, we didn't really have that many issues with the previous one, and we didn't have any issues with this outsole either. But how does this feel when you're going through the ride and performance? And it's just as fast, if not faster, than the previous model, the Pro 4. And like I mentioned earlier, the two foams, the carbon fiber plate and that nice outsole just creates for a more dynamic ride than you would get in something like a daily trainer or even just a nylon plated or a plastic plated speed shoe. And this is Saucony really just putting innovation first at its finest. In something like a super shoe nowadays, we do expect that it's going to have high quality foam. It's going to be a premium fit. It's going to have a really nice upper and lockdown fit. It's going to be breathable, and it's just going to be that race day shoe that can take you across the line and get you a PR. And something that I did notice from the fourth version to the fifth version is the fourth version had more of a rolling sensation to it. This one was a bit firmer. It was snappier. It was more aggressive. I felt like it was just pushing me a little bit further in my stride than the last version. So that was something that I personally really enjoyed about it. At those top speeds, I was really able to push it even further. And I genuinely think most of that is coming from the new carbon fiber plate that's more aggressive than the previous one. But not every single model and variety of running shoe is gonna work for every single person in every single instance. So who is the Pro 5 really best for? Well, the Pro 5 is really best for someone who's trying to chase PRs. You're looking for a shoe that will pair and partner well with the Speed Series and the Elite. You're looking for something that you can utilize for faster workouts and utilize for race day, all the way from the 5K all the way up to the marathon distance. And maybe you aren't ready to move up to the Endorphin Elite Series, and that's okay. The Pro 5 is a great introduction to super shoes, and if you've never tried one before and you want to try a carbon plated running shoe for the first time, the Pro 5 is a great way to get started. Or if you've already run in the Elite and you didn't enjoy how soft it was and maybe you need something a bit firmer, the Endorphin Pro 5 provides that. If you want to check this shoe out for yourself, you can go into your local Fleet Feet store and try it out there, or it is available online at fleetfeet.com. And if you want to learn even more about this Saucony Endorphin Pro 5, we do have a written review of it going up on our blog, or you can tune in right here on YouTube to learn about even more running shoes that we have at Fleet Feet.